we get into our final game of January 2025. Archer does exactly the play that I saw. Love to see that.
Yeah, the foresight of, Archer and the way they can just set up horizontals is almost next to none, like, it's that is their bread and butter right at the beginning of seeing those horizontals and taking them down. On Team Pullman's side, not a lot of access to yellow, actually no access easily to, yellow. That should probably try and be their priority, which they do break away a little bit of the blue in order to undertuck with these yellows, making great plays.
Yeah, it's always kind of rough when you see these opening boards and you're like, "Oh, great. I don't have access to X color."
Mhm.
In this case, yellow, and T Pullman, doing a great job to get down to those yellows and keep the board just as even as he can. Yeah, great jobs here. Now looking over at Archer down to just blue, which concerns me a little bit. A one color dependency at the end of your game is not necessarily the thing you want to have happen, especially when it's six of that
Oh,
color.
but
But
look.
Archer getting bailed out at a 121, and we forgot to say this. We are now in levels 8 through 11 for our finals, and level 8 being kind for once to anybody. If you haven't seen our December finals from 2024, then take some time, check out our YouTube, go watch that because it was level 8 was just a nightmare.
Yeah, but, Archer not bailed out. Archer set up that T clear at the beginning in order to, limit the amount of blues that they needed. So definitely some high level play coming from Archer and T Pullman joining Archer into this level 9. So both players keeping it even.
Ooh, and T. Pullman with a little bit of a misdrop there. Had he placed that red yellow vertically in column 5, would have taken it out and would have been able to avoid that little bit of drop time there. Would have only had that blue in column 7 to work with as far as garbage goes. But he does manage to get it mostly cleared up. Looking down his center of his board, he does have one little bit of garbage, now not garbage with that horizontal clear. 25 to 17 now, and Archer Betty needing red.
Yeah, and getting a little bit not blindsided, but focusing a little bit on the way that they want to clear the viruses down in the bottom to where they're throwing away maybe some potentially good options, but it didn't matter. They ended up taking it down, but did let T. Pullman come back and start making some moves into this, into taking the lead.
Yeah, 15 to 6 here, and Archer loving this play to go ahead and tuck the blues underneath. Absolutely the right call there. Now would really love a red yellow and gets it. Man, these players are gonna be absolutely broke from all the commentators' blessings and that have happened here today. T Pullman looking over there had a little bit of a issue there in his columns 4 and 5 with that blue red flip to the wrong way. Gonna take this yellow horizontal there. Great play there by Pullman.
Hmm. And he does have some options here. Um, we'll be trying to get rid of this trash, but look at this. A f- a really nice pill combo. He could have taken those blues horizontally, might not have seen that, but look at the setup for him. He just needs this blue and one more yellow after that, or two more yellows, to correct that, and added a 409.
Yeah, and there was a reason that he didn't take the blues horizontally initially because he saw that it was going to leave some garbage on top of the red that he needed. So delaying that enabled him to avoid the garbage, and it was a really, really nice heads up play. And now we have a 13, now still 13 actually, virus game here. Archer with a really nice little
Wow.
drop to get a blue horizontal. Now set up for another blue horizontal takes the yellow, the double yellow, vertically onto column one in hopes to get this blue red and this blue yellow.
I
The
love it.
RNG is working
Wow.
extremely favorable for Archer Lewis now. Now set up for a horizontal red down at the bottom. Double blue would be amazing for Archer. Probably, yeah, not gonna hold out for that, as double blue is statistically the least common pill. And as I say that, a double blue pops up.
Just the prioritization that Archer is doing on their board is definitely keeping them in the lead in this match. Um, just needing a little bit more blue help in order to break in and get possibly some other colors, deciding to take that down. Not necessarily sure that that was the move that I would have made, but I see what they're trying to do. Break down into these yellows and then have a horizontal red set up on Archer's side. T Pullman bringing it back though to just a 5 virus lead at this point.
Yeah, this is dangerously close, and I'm all about it here. In this first of a best of three, it is Archer Lewis with a little bit of a lead over T Pullman. Archer in level 11. T Pullman now joining Archer at a 604 into his level 11. It is a 6 virus game here. Now Archer does have the setup advantage, as they've been in the level a little bit longer than T Pullman. But T Pullman, this board looks. This is a pretty decent board, Betty.
Yeah, it really is, and you can tell that by that all the viruses that are going away on their side. But I am just watching Archer play, lights out over here with getting exactly the pills in the exact place that they need, and not a bit of trash to speak of.
Yeah, Archer had an all yellow L yeah a minute ago, which is really nice to see. And that, of course, is just a clear that looks like an L, and it's a nice pun. And I can't get in trouble for that one because it's an official term.
We give you a hard time for your jokes, but secretly, I'm sure there's at least one person who likes it because you like them, right?
Absolutely. You know you like them too, Betty. You just won't admit it on stream.
Right, Archer,
Anyway.
Archer down to their last 5 viruses here, needing some red help. Come on. Oh, I did not even see that they had a blue virus left. So I need to work on actually finding the viruses, apparently. Colors comes next.
I mean, we all need to work on fighting the viruses sometimes. How many times, as Archer gets out of 749, how many
Nice.
times have we seen these games where, a player thinks they're on the last virus, and then, oh crud, there is a red down in the corner that's very buried that nobody saw. Yeah, you hate to see that, but fortunately, it didn't happen here. T Pullman just needing two more reds. One, two, come on, buckle my shoe. Out at an 814.
And these are great times that we're seeing. For gold bracket, you want that sub 7 for this bracket, but in silvers, a 749 and 815 is well within the average of what you see for these level brackets, and so these players are definitely showing what it takes.
Yeah, absolutely. So now Archer one game over T Pullman, 1-0 here. If Archer wins this, then Archer will be once again the silver champion. T Pullman would really, really, really love to feed the crows a little bit more and take this to a decider, and become one of the few rookies to win a tournament in their very first tournament.
Hmm.
Chat wants the decider as we have our 3-2-1 pills.
I always say chat wants a decider. The players are just exhausted at this point. They've played numerous matches at this and it does go towards endurance. Like playing this long, can you keep up the aggression that you need and the keep thinking of these plays? And both of these players are showing that they can.
Yeah, and you bring a great point, Betty, because T. Pullman already had played 3 games in a row right before this,
Hmm.
within that decider against Every Time We Slay, and you got to think Pullman's getting a little tired, a little winded here. But just watching him play, he's doing a great job to keep that energy up, and I I feel like that has been a thing that's really helped him going is just keeping his energy up.
Hmm. Archer having some horizontal plans, as we like to see on their end. Oh, a little bit of a. I don't know what's going on T Pullman's side. A little bit of a. Wish I didn't do that, but um, still making great progress on their board. Archer is in the lead though, with just needing a few more reds as help. There we go. Good clear. And down to just 4 viruses remaining.
Yeah, I feel like T Pullman is just making like Freddie Mercury here and just having a good time. And you love to see that, but it is Oucher Archer first out at a 145. I'm gonna go to speech school, you guys. I'll see you next month.
The Oucher, if Archer ever gets hurt. Anyway, Archer now into level 9. Wonderful drop clear to break this board down. Now needs a lot of red help. Oh, that was not a red rush, but very, very close. I still expect a check for that one too. Um, but yeah, trying to break this down um, and running away with this, but T Pullman just needing a little bit more blue. There's one. Come on. No, those are not the colors we like to see, Doc. We have a hot dog situation when all we need is nice, calming blue. Out of the 235, no thanks to that RNG.
Oh, oh goodness. Yeah. All right, recovering from a pretty good laugh here. Archer trying to get some red and yellow help here on their board and doing a pretty good job here. And the patience for Archer that I'm seeing.
Hmm.
I know Archer has a really strong combo heavy style of Dr. Mario, and it's done well for them so far in this tournament and in their career of DrMC. And it's I think a
Oh, it
lot of
is.
that comes from the patience that Archer has and getting now out at a 327, 2 more levels to go for them. T Pullman still kind of in the early game of his level 9. A lot of garbage on that board, Betty.
Yeah, it really is. And I've been seeing what they've been trying to do, trying to, set up some horizontals, set up some, you know, down pressing clears, and it's not all coming together at the way that I am seeing T Pullman want to take it. And so just not getting the pills that they want in the way that they want it. And that is this game, is being able to have multiple different avenues to get something and not be so uh you know set on how you take it. But now I say that T Pullman is actually getting a little bit of help here with the colors and the order. And oh, I don't think they wanted
Ooh.
to do that or that. And that
Yeah,
is
no.
that those mistakes just they happen and they continue to happen because then we're in our heads.
Yeah, and I love the attitude from T Pullman here, just waving it off and say, "Hey, you know what? These mistakes happen. We don't like them, but we live with them and we do what we can." And just a great attitude here from T Pullman. You'll love to see that. But now looking over at Archer, a bit
Oh,
staircased here in this column 1, wondering, yeah, setting up for this horizontal there at the bottom to get the reds. Gotta take the blues out to do it.
Oh
and the Blues will
no.
be taken out right here. Oh no, T. Pullman!
So high on the board, and that was those were just throwaway pills, and that is one of the hard parts of this game is where to put your pills that you don't need, and this was just a
Oh,
testament of when the speed gets increases, oh my gosh, that center column can get so dangerous so fast.
yeah, and if you're T. Pullman right now, you're just glad this isn't versus because one wrong garbage fall will be the end. Now he does do a great job of bringing that down. One more yellow will get him out of danger. Is he going to get it? There it is, and he gets it out of
Oh
danger
wow.
for the time being. But Archer now, almost two full levels ahead of T. Pullman, has this pretty well in hand.
Yeah, we all took a collective sigh of relief. We've been there, whether it be during a PB run or whether it be, just doing our practice. Those top outs are looming when you get that high on the board. So, wonderful to see that T. Pullman was able to actually get through that and, continue to play. And look at this, what they set up, drop clear, and back to feeling the vibe, back to feeling the vibe.
Yeah. Now with this blue gonna get out at a horizontal 646 out at about 747 into his level 10, but it is Archer a full level ahead pretty much and then a little bit I think and dude has just shown time and time again why they're in this tournament and why they have won at least one. I'd have to look at the stats on that, but fixing to win another one here, and gotta feel really good about where they are.
Mhm. And yeah, you know, I won't even say barring anything going wrong there because that just asks for trouble. But Archer just needing one more yellow and one more red for the inevitable of being our January 2025 monthly silver bracket champion. So, congratulations to Archer, but also a huge shout out to T Pullman for making such a great showing in their first tournament and hopefully not your last.